Stella Jane Penn here from SRP V8 Diamonds Mastery. I just wanted to also give a disclaimer that I am not a financial advisor. The information shared is for educational and informational purposes only and should never be considered financial advice. There is no guarantee of income inferred or implied. Whether you're brand new or have years of experience, always start with a demo account first. That is how I would educate you towards doing that, or maybe an account challenge as a funded account when testing new strategies, indicators, or tools. A demo account allows you to practice without putting your real money or a very small amount of it, if you're going to do so, at risk. Trade responsibly and always do your own research. Good morning, everybody. Stella Jane Penn in the house from SRP V8 Diamonds Mastery. Today I'm looking at the open range on the quantum scanner that I'd like to share with you. So London Open, you'll see, starts at 8 o'clock in UK time. And once that opens, you're going to see these lines here, okay, which says LDN, standing for London, and 5, which is the 5-minute candle. At the end of the 5-minute candle, it shows us our open range at the highest point and at the lowest point, okay? It also then shows us it again on the 15 that's taken place, and you'll see the highest point up here and the lowest point here. Now, I personally like to at least wait for the 15 if I'm scalping. You can scalp the 5, of course you can. You can do whatever you wish to do. If you had have done, you would see on the 5-minute there was a pullback here, which is the round red dot. Okay, and then I would like to see a confirmation again before I scalped that. Now you'll see here we have a blue triangle and a blue dot, all showing us a upward position. I would then enter for a scalp on the close of that candle, okay, if you wanted to do that after the 5 minutes. If I am looking for a higher, say, risk to reward, or I would like to see definitely what trend I believe it to be going in for the London, I like to wait for the 30, or at least, the very least, the 15. But if I have some very strong confirmations, what I mean by that is at the moment you will see I am in a blue phase, and I'm looking at this on the charts platform at the moment. Quantum is also on the scanners, which shows you slightly different. This is the newest platform version. Okay, and if I just zoom out for you, I've marked it ready. Here is something called the macro trend arrow. I've got a blue circle around that, and you'll see these chevrons here. And that was at 6 o'clock this morning, indicating a trend shift. So that showed me it was in a strong uptrend from that point. You will see it's in a clear uptrend here. I can see that by the highs increasing each time. You can see the primary trend line is blue. Okay, so this is a blue phase, and all the candles are showing us that they are blue. I would also be looking up here. Now, a moment ago, up here, you'll see where it says 40 and it's just gone to 60 because we are in a pullback. That is showing us the strength. Okay, also over here, NAS 100 USD, trend is up, showing blue. Strength is up, showing blue. Ideally, the stronger, the better. When I first looked at this, it was at 100. Okay, so at the moment it's 60. It's ranging because it is the open range breakout. That's why sometimes you may wish to wait, okay, because you are going to get pullbacks within between the 5 and the 30. Okay, and that's why sometimes I wait to make sure what trend I believe it's going to continue in. Everything right now is indicating to me, like I say, we've got the macro trend arrow, which was a phase trend direction shift at 6 o'clock this morning, has not changed since. have had London Open, it can change. It hasn't as we speak at the moment. You can also put your own candle colours back up by selecting up here. If I just press that and take that off, it will then show me the true candle colours if you wish to do that. Okay, but we're going to be looking for some form of confirmation from our open range. I like to wait for at least a blue dot, or you could look at our micro trend lines. I like to wait for a 3 candlestick closure from those. You'll see these dashed lines, they are our micro trend lines. Yeah, so at the moment we are in a pullback, and I would personally like to wait until the 30-minute candle. I like to at least see a 3 candlestick closure from that 30 minutes, and I like to see some strong confirmations if I am looking at a higher risk to reward. You can also, as I say, scalp it. You would wait for the pullback, okay, which is a red dot in an uptrend. Okay, you can also not confuse yourself by putting and have the whole candles just blue if you like, whichever you prefer. And then just keep waiting if you're scalping for at least a blue dot or a triangle, and wait for the candlestick closure before your entry. You can look for confirmations like I just mentioned over the micro trend lines. Okay, and that's just some ways that you could look to trade the open range, depending on if you're looking to just scalp or if you are looking for a higher risk to reward. And if you are, I would at least wait for the 15. Ideally for me, I like to wait for the 30. You'll see that the strength now is that 100. That's the highest it can be. We could have another confirmation here. You'll see again, it doesn't always happen. Sometimes you'll get both the triangle and the dot at the same time. Sometimes you'll just get one, which is fine. Either one is a confirmation, so you're waiting for your pullback, and then you would enter on the close of your candle. So that's just showing you just a little something on the open range breakout. You could also look at the RSI down here. You'll see that it was right off of the blue, okay, and at the moment it's still in the blue, but you'll see where it actually, I'll just mark it again, you'll see where it did pull back in the moments that it's actually pulling back here. Yeah, and you'll see that's in the confirmations with our red dots showing us the pullbacks. And you can keep an eye again on the quantum oscillator. Just make sure, just keep looking at the trend that you're in. So many confirmations there showing you that. And that's showing you the open range in London on the quantum scanner. Okay, so I just want to come back here for a moment on purpose to show you why I wait. Okay, on the London Orb, the open range breakout that I am looking for, and I just mentioned of why I wait for the 30. This is just an update after the 30 minutes, okay? So you'll see our highest point is right up here, but at the moment, look what's happened. That strength meter has gone to 0, okay? And our trend, let me just go on to the NAS here. Yes, it's still showing me as it speaks that the trend is up and the strength is up, but it is 0. These would be reasons why we would wait, because look what would have happened if we were premature and we had looked to enter. Even after the 15, perhaps on a smaller scalp, yes, we would have caught some profit there before the pullback if you were looking just for a scalp, a quick scalp. But on a longer term open range breakout, if you're looking to confirm the direction and look for a higher risk to reward, this is the reason. Look how much that's pulled back all the way down here to our red line, which is actually a macro trend line. That means larger. Remember I mentioned to you the micro trend lines, they're smaller. Okay, they're the dashed lines, but the macro stands for the larger. And that's our red line that you'll see there. It's pulled all the way back down there pretty much to the London Open on the 5. Yeah. So this is why we are really waiting for some firm confirmations. So for me personally, now what I would do if I was looking, I could, yes, scalp this at the moment on a confirmation for a small scalp, but I can see here a red ribbon showing me that the EMA, basically that is our EMA lines. I would like to see that go back to blue if I'm in an uptrend. Yes, I've seen a blue triangle and a blue dot, and you could have entered at the close of that candle. I wouldn't have, okay? Maybe for a small scalp you would, but again, you're looking for strong confirmations because that's 20 and showing me red, and that's indicating some alarm bells because the strength is now down. So in an uptrend, you would want the strength to be blue and continue to be up. This is why I would wait. If I were looking, say, for it to still break out in the upward position, for me to trade it now long term, I would like to see it break out of that 30 minutes with some strong confirmations, with a good strength, showing me it's going to continue to go up. It's certainly not doing that by what it's showing me here. Okay, it could. It hasn't yet, but it could break out into a downtrend. I'm just going to take that up, the bar coding again, the colors of the candles off to show you. And you'll see there's quite a lot of red candles. We've even had, you know, a really huge pullback here. Okay, so I just want to be real and show you in the moment of why we wait, why we're patient, and why we catch the best possible moves. And quantum is here to tell us that. The RSI is right down here now in the red. Okay, we've had some red candles, we have a red ribbon, and you can see it's continuing to pull back. And the score has actually even gone to 20, but as it's now red, that's showing us it's more likely as a strength of down. Okay, so I just wanted to update you, and I hope that helps.